And I think we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone, depending from where you're joining us at first AMA for 2025. We have Michael Palm, who will introduce shortly more formally, and Emma Kelly, who many of you know from our previous AMAs. So let's begin. I'll pass it to Emma.
Awesome. So we've got quite a bit to discuss on the agenda today, actually. So what we'll take you through, if we move along to the next slide, is just a little bit of a run through of what we'll cover today. We've had quite a high volume of questions come through from the community across the Telegram channels, the socials as well. So we'll end on probably answering those for you. But as Gennady mentioned, the three of us are coming today just to give you a bit of an update on how we're progressing. So we'll lead in with some introductions to the team. We'll move along then to talking through some app engagements. And then from there, we'll give you some app developments and project updates, the next quarter roadmap, and then we'll finish, as I said, on the Q&A. So kicking that off, what I'll do is I'll hand over to Michael now. And what he'll do is he'll be able to give you a little bit of an understanding of his experience that he's bringing to the table. We're very lucky to have him at Shping. He comes with a wealth of great experience and he's really hit the ground running. And he can give you a little bit of a run through how he joined the company as well. Over to you, Michael.
Thanks, Emma. Good afternoon, morning, evening, everyone. It's great to be here for my first AMA. Seen lots of videos since joining what they are in the past. So yeah, excited to learn more and answer any questions you have from the marketing space. So Michael Palm, I live here in Melbourne, in Victoria. I've been working in marketing really my whole career after finishing high school and working in retail for a while, and have always worked in really the consumer products and marketing space and working with consumers, but also with brands at the same time as well. So in the FMCG space, which I think is really relevant for Shping, and I'll talk on that in momentarily, in product and also insurance, but also in digital platforms, so mobile and websites owned by brands, but also working with white label platforms as well for third-party vendors and clients. Really in the FMCG space, and most recently working with Oats Cleaning Products, which is a leading brand here in Australia. I've been working very closely with the major retailers, so Bunnings, Coles, Woolworths, Kmart, Big W. So really the retailers, who are powerful in the market here in Australia and very similar to global retailers as well. So really looking forward to bringing hopefully my skills of understanding the complexities that brands have, trying to get growth in the marketplace, but also working with major retailers. And particularly working with also some third-party vendors as well. So doing work with Disney, which was under license too. So not just our brand, but also working with other brands as well. So always love marketing, creating fun, engaging and campaigns, and really through the full funnel, from the awareness type of funnel right through to retention. And again, that's what I love about Shping. How I joined Shping is probably quite different to typically what would join in from an organization. For the last 12 months, my family and I, we decided to uproot, leave Australia, and we travelled the world for just under 10 months. So we're able to visit 26 countries during that time, through North America and much of Europe, and then back through China. So an incredible adventure. Doing it with an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old son was, quite challenging as well. But look, to see the adventures that we did in different landmarks, and as a family to experience the world. And I am a runner, so able to run to different places too was good. But during this time, I was doing some freelance work, and that's how Gennady was able to, we were connected online and helped as I was traveling to do some marketing campaigns. And as unfortunately the journey ended and it was time to come back to Australia, I spoke to Gennady, and we decided it was a good opportunity that, using my skills in consumer and FMCG marketing, and was an opportunity for a gap that Gennady had in his team. So when we returned in early January, joined Emma and Gennady and the other team here in the South Melbourne office in Victoria. And look, as Emma said, hit the ground running, and there's lots on. But I think what you'll go through today, it is really exciting business to be a part of, and really seeing the solutions of what Shping can bring to a lot of brands, particularly in the FMCG space, of one, the technology, but also the ability for brands to connect with that end shopper, which I think is really a gap in the market today. So I'm excited to be playing just a small part, helping drive growth for not just Shping itself, but all of our brand partners and also the crypto community as well. So that's it for me. Any questions come through on the chat, but as I said, looking forward to hearing and seeing from you all throughout the call and into the future. Thank you, Emma.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. As you can imagine, he's been telling us lots of stories about his travel, so it's been great hearing them. Now, so what we'll do is we'll move along. It's been a very busy start to this year for us, which is great. So what we'll do is we'll take you through just a little snapshot of some of the results and performance metrics that we've been able to achieve in the app. And I think it'll give you a good understanding then of the growth that we've experienced. So if we could move along. Yep, so perfect. So in two areas, so we've looked at both the sales receipts and the number of reviews that we've been able to capture. And what we've managed to achieve there is 22% increase on the receipts that we're capturing and a 32% increase on the number of reviews. So that's through a couple of different means. What we've been able to do is we've really been honing in and focusing on our engagement and retention of our memberships in the app. And that's proven to be working quite fruitful. So we're getting a high engagement level from those that are using the app, and then we're bringing new people in continuously. And then what that's allowed us to do is through both adopting AI measures to read receipts and through an increased level of engagement of our app members as well, we've actually managed to really increase and ramp up on the amount of registered stores that we're accepting receipts from as well. So you'll see there a phenomenal growth statistic there of 65%. And so, yeah, we're on the up, on an upward trajectory in terms of the engagement that we're seeing from our app members. What you'll also then see and notice, or you may have noticed it already, is that CoinStore have listed Shping over the last quarter as well. And then now what we'll do is we'll move on and we'll give you a little bit of an understanding of our projects and how we've kind of progressed and brought those along over the last quarter as well. Kennedy, what I'll do is I'll hand over to you there just to maybe start with our app and how we've progressed that in anticipation for our 3.0 launch.
Definitely. Yes, so with 3.0, which we are in final stages of testing, we've implemented a number of, I think, very important improvements, enhancements that will make the use of the app not only more enjoyable, but more rewarding for our community. So you will, once the app is out, and I know you guys, not all of you are in Australia, and believe me, we're working very hard to get the app in the hands of everyone who wants to use the app, but at this stage, it's just limited to Australian audience. Once the app is released, you will be prompted to do an update, and you will be updating the version 3.0. You will notice a very refreshed UX and UI, which is was developed on the back of the analytics and learning we have had derived from the app usage over the last period. So I really hope you will notice the new design. You'll find new design a lot more user-friendly and more enjoyable to use. We also have removed the need for the password. So we are going with passwordless login. So the way it would work, if you remember your email address or mobile number, you can use either of them to log into the app. All you do is you put your email or mobile, you get a PIN via the SMS or the email, and you can log in. This way, you don't have to remember how you logged in previously. It's a very neat and easy way for you to log into the app. We had a number of users finding it difficult to remember their passwords, recover the passwords, so that eliminates the needs for remembering or recovering the password in the future. Also, we've analyzed our data, and we noticed that some people who download the app find it difficult to go through the registration. So there was a percentage drop off. So what we've done, we have through the number of workshops and working with a specialized team who can help us to understand the psychology of users of different backgrounds, because there are some people who are more technically savvy, some for whom technology is still challenging. We've came up with the new onboarding journey, which will make the onboarding and registration a lot easier. So with that, we hope to see an improved data on reduced drop-off during that flow. We're also working, and we're going to talk about that partnership in this deck. We're working with an organization called Loop. Many of you may not know the brand Loop, but it's the platform that sells tickets to a lot of events. So Good Food and Wine event that we are now have joined last year. Also, we'll be mentioning it a bit later in this deck. And we're planning to participate in the 2025 events. So what we've done, we've built an integration with Loop, meaning that those who come to the event and will come to our deck, our stand, would be able to download the app and automatically register or being registered only on the back of their registration for the event. So we are merging the registration for the event and registration to the app to improve the conversions that we have in such events, where people would be able to use their registration to the event, the QR code that they've scanned to enter the event, to also set up the mobile app, which should be a big improvement and allow us to convert a lot more users during the event that we're going to be participating in. Also, don't want to sort of give any spoilers, but there is gamification and streaks that we are adding into the app to make it even more fun, but at the same time more rewarding to use the app. So all of that together, it should give you a much better experience, but more way to earn rewards by not only having fun, but also getting value out of the app. That's good. Next one. So from late last year and in the beginning of this year, we started to work on affiliate programs. So we've been approached by a number of influencers in the industry who've been using the app, and they wanted to do more in terms of being an affiliate to promote the app to their audiences. So we did a trial with a couple of influencers, which have proven to be very effective. So we not only getting good conversions of members or the followers of a particular influencer that we work with who is downloading the app, we're also seeing a very good engagement from that community. So they understand what to do, they love rewards, they can embrace the technology to get most out of it. So this is why we this year, and we're going to talk about our objective for this year and for this upcoming quarter, we're going to be growing our affiliate program. One of the first steps is we're going to offer to join our affiliate program by all of our app users who is on the ambassador level. And for those who are already running some kind of micro blogs, sites, or have ways to promote the app to their community. Obviously, it's not for everyone, so it doesn't mean that if you're on the ambassador level, this is for you. But if you are in the industry as a blogger, affiliate, or you have access to a particular audience who's following you for your advice, for your guidance, that would be a perfect opportunity for you to join our affiliate program. And we're also going to be going to other bloggers, influencers in the industry to join partnerships. Last year, I think that was mid-December, we've participated in our first Good Food and Wine show, which was in Melbourne. And it was a great expo. We had amazing response from those who visited our stand. This is the reason why we've made this partnership with Loop, to enable us to convert people quicker. So when they come and hear about the value proposition, I would say that 99 out of 100 people typically love the concept. They download the app straight away. But because there are a lot of people, we don't want to hold and spend time with someone who is at our stand, which limiting us to talk to other people. So by streamlining their registration, will just increase our ROI in participating in those events. So that's why this Loop partnership is so important. And we're planning to participate in other Good Food and Wine shows all around Australia that they have planned for 2025. I'm not sure if we'll be in all of them, but we'll definitely be in some of them. As part of our affiliate, we thought that anyone who's have access to an audience and the timing is the right to engage, that potentially could become our affiliate. So we came up with a new concept which hasn't been tried before, where we partner with coffee shops. Because when people come to the coffee shop and order their takeaway coffee or takeaway lunch, they have this 1 or 2 minutes while they're waiting for their order, and they pretty much have not much to do. So they would stay at their phone or look at people walking in, walking out. So what we done, we've partnered with a couple of coffee shops and say, look, why don't you promote Shping app to those who are waiting and offer them an instant cashback on their first purchase if they join the app. So we've started the trial with a couple of coffee shops in Melbourne, those that are nearby of our office, the coffee shops that we all go to. And we will be reporting on the results of those trials. If the model would work well, it would allow us to go pretty much to other coffee shops all around Australia, if the model would work. So we are still monitoring the results, but that's one of the things that we love doing, exploring new ways of engaging and reaching our audience to ensure it's the right timing. And that's something that will give us a good conversion. So as I have touched on some of the partnerships that we already started to set up. So Loop is one of them. So this is the company that behind the sales of the ticket, registration to a number of different events. And it's not just Good Food and Wine show. They are part of a lot of events that are happening all around Australia. We recently partnered or entered into the relationship with the ALA, Australian Loyalty Associations. And you'll hear more about this relationship in the coming AMAs or updates. Australian Food and Grocery Council. Also, we're becoming a member of the organization. This is the organization that represents the FMCG brands in Australia. So a very strong partnership, helps us to deliver our USP to their members, which are our audience. And so that's a very important partnership, the same way as the ALA. Both have a great members who are fully aligned or overlap with the target audience in the B2B space that we have. Salsify, you probably have heard us talking about SKUvantage, who've been acquired by Salsify, and we've been working with SKUvantage for quite some time, but now we are broadening this partnership. So Salsify, who acquired SKUvantage, is a product management platform. So a lot of the images that you're seeing on websites of retailers, so for example, Coles, Woolworths, those images, they're all powered by PIM platforms. And those PIN platforms, one of the leading one in Australia is Salsify. Our partnership with Salsify and SKUvantage was more aligned to simplify the onboarding of the brand. So for example, if you're a new brand joining Shping, instead of you setting up your profile, uploading all of the images, this can be done via an API that we have with Salsify. So all of the images and product pages are automatically gets populated with the right images, right content, nutritional information, and so on. So that partnership really was helping us to streamline onboarding of new members. But at the same time, now we are using our joint USP to help deliver better value proposition to the industry. Recently joined GS1 New Zealand, and now also setting up GS1 UK partnership. That's for our upcoming launch of Shping in those regions. And so this is on our current and the upcoming partnerships that we are forming to speed up the growth of Shping app in Australia and the new markets.
Yeah, so what we'll do now is we'll just give you a high-level overview of what's coming in the next quarter and what our key focuses will be as we lead into Q2 of 2025. So what we've just given you here, there's always lots going on behind the scenes at Shping. So each of these items really comes with about 1,000 other task elements that are running concurrently under each one. But if we can move across to the next slide, I can just give you a bit of a visual representation of what's to come and what you should expect to see an update on in the next AMA. So those partnerships that Gennady mentioned, those real strategic partnerships that we're now in the foundational zone of building, will be really focusing on strengthening and maximizing those relationships as far as we can to really, build more awareness of Shping, but also to just really push forward on our growth plans there too. As we've touched on, we will be launching Shping 3.0 within the Q2 as well. So that comes with a lot of exciting extra features and benefits that Gennady took you through as well. We intend on expanding the affiliate programs. Obviously, we'll digest based on the initial results that come through, and we'll lever up where we need to and where shows itself to give us good growth and good opportunity as well. And we've also got plans to really just grow our existing and new brand partnerships there as well. So what we've done is we had a very high volume of queries come through on, in particular, the tokenomics of Shping. And so what we've done is we've decided to include a bit of a recap and a summary on that, but also to kind of give it some real-time understanding of how that plays out in current market as well. So Gennady, what I'll do is I'll pass back over to you to just talk through that.
Certainly. What I think we'll do, we'll first play a small video, which we actually use on some of the social, but then I can go into a bit more details on how the Shping tokenomics works. Shping tokenomics essentially enables brands to acquire tokens and reward consumers with Shping token for their engagement and participation for different types of events. So for example, if consumer writes a review or watches a video about the product, if there is a loyalty rewards attached to it, the brand can reward consumer with Shping coins as sort of a cashback or the rewards perks that they give to consumers who are buying the product as part of the loyalty hub. So when brands buying those coins, they are creating a demand. So the coins being purchased from the exchange creates a demand. App users then can convert those tokens to AUD by converting them either through our cash out mechanism, that's when we take their coins, sell them on the exchange, and the proceeds from that sell goes directly to their bank account, or they can move the Shping coins to the exchange and trade them for other crypto or the local currency. So by doing that, they're creating a supply. And this is how the whole tokenomics works. Brands creating demand, consumers creating supply, and the utility token powers the whole economy. And enabling brands to directly engage with end consumers is what makes this platform so powerful. So Shping is the Web3 technology which removes the intermediates and creates this direct peer-to-peer engagement and transactional capabilities that helps brands to be a lot more effective in their efforts, in their marketing efforts. So we'll share some of the KPIs just to give you a glimpse of what Shping delivers as the value to brands who's using Shping compared to other legacy platforms. So when you look at the cost per product review, so for a brand, typically to get a product review from their client, they would be spending in the vicinity of about $5 to $10, depending on the avenue that they're trying to achieve that. Where using Shping platform, they're spending 85 cents, which is a very big shift. Not only that, Shping reviews are all verified, and also we have zero bot tolerance, meaning that all of the users on the Shping platform are real users who've been validated, that they're real shoppers. We can also see their purchase transactions. So the value of those reviews are a lot higher in many instances than those left on the websites where you don't really know whether it's a real review or it's coming from the brand themselves because they want to make themselves look better, or it's some bots that are generating them. So that's a very big shift. Not only it's reducing the cost, but it's enhancing the value of the outcome that they're achieving. Cost per video view. So when you're comparing the cost of fully watched video view on social platforms compared to Shping, brands would typically spend $8 to $9 to $12 to get their video fully watched. As you know, when you scroll your social media timeline, sometimes those videos starts playing, but consumers wouldn't finish watching them. They would keep scrolling, and the brands would still be built for those engagement as the video view, where in Shping environment, it works only so they only get built when the video is fully watched. And the cost of getting that video fully watched is a fraction of what they're spending with the other platform. That's why using Shping for a lot of the brands we're already working with is enhancing and reducing the cost of their marketing efforts, but at the same time helps them to deliver much greater results than they would in the alternative platforms. When looking at the cost of the sales conversion, so where you look at the entire funnel from the discovery all the way to getting someone to try their product, brands seeing up to 9 times higher conversion using Shping compared to other retail media or social media platforms. So the Web3 approach really makes huge difference, and that's why the use of the tokenomics is leveraging the value that we deliver to those brands, and that's why we bring more and more brands to the table to use Shping platform. We'll play a small video. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. It's been recently done. That explains our value proposition for brands. So we'll play it for you, and yeah, I think it will make a lot of sense in hindsight of what we've just discussed with you guys.
A universal rewards app that empowers brands to reclaim ownership, engagement and loyalty with Australian shoppers. Shping brings you first-party scan data sourced from in-store and online sales receipts uploaded by shoppers directly through the Shping app. The innovative algorithm analyses and curates deep and reliable data about where, how and when Australians shop your brand and category. Integrate Shping into your marketing plans to add efficient, cost-effective, data-driven campaigns that support year-round sustainable sales growth. Shping allows you to use actionable insights to create ultra-targeted campaigns connecting your brand to new and existing shoppers, including those buying from competitors. Guide shoppers through a tailored journey, from discovery to loyalty, by sending personalised, brand-owned communications. As a complete marketing ecosystem, brands can engage different customer personas and create real-time reports through to single user level, all from one data source. Whether you're an established brand looking to grow market share or launching a new product with bold ambitions, Shping will get you there faster and more efficiently. Experience Shping for your brand and book a free demo today. Shping!
Let's go to the next slide. And
awesome.
Ima.
So that concludes our presentation today. What we'll do is we'll move across to the Q&A section of this. We've had quite a few questions come in through our Telegram community, Twitter, and just through our normal email channels as well. I can also see that we've had some live comments come in from both our YouTube and Twitter audiences that are currently watching live. So feel free to keep those questions coming in. I'll tackle the ones that came through prior to today first, and then I'll move across to some of our live questions as well. So the first question we've received is, are you worried about getting delisted from exchanges because you're not trying to get listed in more? Again, I'll hand it over to you.
So I'm not sure if worried would be the right question. Like in any businesses, you're always trying to look what will achieve the most value for your business. And our understanding is that the exchanges that we're currently working with and have selected to partner with, there is a certain value we bring to the table, certain value they bring to the table as well. It's a really great partnership because the utility that we deliver to our community, for them to trade that coin, they would need to move those coins to the exchange, which helps exchange to get more users at the same time. Whether we so part of the question was that that we if we are not looking to list on other exchanges, if that creates a risk. It's probably not entirely correct because we are constantly in a discussion with other exchanges and trying to get Shping coin listed on those. It's not on all of the exchanges because some exchanges we feel that we cannot add value for them at this particular time because maybe they're region specific and therefore we're not yet in that region. In saying that, all of the major exchanges we are in constant communication or the process of application with, and we'd love to see Shping available in as many exchanges as possible.
Awesome. The next question, we've had quite a high volume of the same type of question come through. So what I'll attempt to do is I'll attempt to just roll it up into a single question that covers off on everyone's particular query there. So it's linked with expansion. So the main cusp of the question is, can you provide an overview of your roadmap, including your plans for global expansion into both New Zealand, UK and beyond, and what is your timeline for this expansion?
Certainly. So I think we've covered a little bit already in our slides, but as we mentioned earlier, the UK and New Zealand are our next two markets. Most likely New Zealand will be launched first only because it's geographically closer, and also our partnership with GS1 came about earlier, but there's few things that we are still holding off before we sort of go live with those rollouts. Some of them relates to some of the experimentation we're still doing in Australia that we want to get some more learning of, to see if this model would work well for our go-to-market strategy for New Zealand and UK. But definitely it's coming. Most likely this year, New Zealand, by the end of the year, New Zealand will be able to start using our Shping app, and probably early next year, UK. It could be that we'll be able to do things a bit sooner, but this roughly, this is the objectives. Once we've done those two markets, I think rollout will start happening a lot faster to other regions, because this would be our first step outside of Australia, which we want to do very carefully to ensure that we do everything right. But once this is done, I think, and based on the new learning that we'll have on this rollout, we hopefully will start rolling out to other regions around the globe a lot faster.
Awesome. Pretty much covered earlier, but slightly different in its question. Have we plans for listing to new exchanges?
As I mentioned, definitely we are talking to a number of exchanges, but in saying that, Shping is not going to be able to add value to some of the exchanges where there is a regional mismatch. In saying that, when exchange come to us and say they want to list us, and without pretty much of the contribution from our end, or any contribution from our end, we're not going to say no. We're more than happy for other exchanges to list us, but there where we take our proactive approach, we're trying to focus more on the exchanges that would add value to our audience, but as well as to the exchange.
Awesome. Next question was, as I'm new to Shping, I'm interested to understand the business/commercial model. What do you do with the receipts uploaded? What are the revenue streams? Do you have a relationship with the brands and provide them with any services? Thanks.
Certainly, yes. So the data that comes off the receipts is extremely valuable. So if you think about using your Flybuys or Everyday Rewards app, you helping retailer to understand your shopping habits, because they have your card, which is linked to all of your purchases, and they can use this data to help their brands to shape up their marketing, to understand who they would want to target first, and so on, and how to position their product. So there is a lot of value behind the receipts. So currently, this receipt data, brands can access it via partnership with retail media. What Shping does, it bypasses the intermediates and allows brands to access this purchase transactional data that helps them to shape up their marketing, or find who they want to target in their marketing activity directly from the consumer. So instead of buying this data from retailers, they essentially buy directly from the shoppers, and that allows you to monetize your receipt, and for receipts that you typically throw in the bin, or which are stored in all of your loyalty programs, and at the same time get being appreciated or monetize your efforts by sharing your reviews, for example, because that creates a lot of value for the brand. And as we touched on previously, it costs quite a lot for the brand to acquire those product reviews, to get opinions of the users of what they think about their products. By being able to do it directly with the consumer, they can do it at the fraction of the price, but at the same time, that fraction of the price still a lot more than nothing that currently users get when they're writing their reviews on different sites. So it creates a lot of value for the brands, where they can reduce the cost of getting a value from your engagement, but it's at the same time increases your reward for participating in such program, because you actually getting rewarded for sharing your thoughts, that also helping other people, but at the same time, you feel also appreciated that you've been rewarded for the value you've added to the industry.
Awesome. The next question was, how can we join the beta program for version 3 of the app, assuming it hasn't been released by the time of the AMA?
Yeah, so we will be, so once we complete our internal testing, which we're currently doing, so that's done without participation of the app users, we then will start releasing the app to the audience. It's not going to go to everyone at the same time. I think the algorithm will pick those users who are heavier users, and it will go to them first, and then it will expand and go to the rest of the users over time. So if you are a heavy user, you're most likely going to be included in this first release.
Awesome. So the next question that came through is, how can we submit feature requests for the app? I know version 3 is coming, and I'm hoping that some of my ideas will be there, but it would be good if there was an official way to submit feature requests. The Telegram channel could be used, but right now that doesn't seem like the most appropriate channel.
Look, it's a great question. At this stage, we probably don't have a centralized submission or form where those requests can be submitted. And we'll definitely think of something and see if there is a more formalized structure that can be put in place. But in the meantime, Telegram is one of the ways. Live chat within the app could also be used. All of the suggestions that we get from the live chat, they all actually get sent to our R&D team, and we are discussing them. So whatever been suggested never gets lost. We always consider any of the suggestions of our app users, because at the end of the day, we want to make the app the way you would like to see it, so that it can bring you joy using it.
Awesome. This question is one that's come in fairly live, and we've covered off on components of it within the deck. Is there an admin who can explain tokenomics to me? How many tokens are there in circulation now, and what are the release times?
Yeah, so I think the token circulations, it can be seen from CoinMarketCap or even within the Coinbase. If you go to Insights, it shows you how many tokens in circulation. In terms of the release, the way our tokenomics works is that we have a reserve which is used to reward consumers who are interacting with non-partner brands. And the partner brands interaction is funded by the brands, so brands buying those tokens and rewarding end consumers. So the way the release dates, it's not really a release date, it's more of the usage of this reserve is going to be dependent on our expansion plan and the growth. So the higher the growth would be, the more tokens will flow into the circulation.
And then the last question is, that's come in prior to today's, are there any regulatory issues trying to enter the UK as a crypto company?
No, there isn't, and we actually looked at these aspects when we've selected the first 2 countries to roll Shping into. As it stands now, I don't think there are any countries which would prohibit us to launch Shping, only because we don't sell coins within Shping app. You earn them, it's a utility. But yeah, as far as we know, there are no issues with the UK market.
Awesome. And then moving across to the live channel, we've had some very similar questions come through as to what I've already posed, so I won't create repetitiveness. And we've had some nice comments come in as well. Thanks, Adalbert from Colorado, USA. He's really impressed by our growth that we showed earlier slides on the app. David was querying passwords. He's hopeful that passwords are still supported. He doesn't remember his password, but his password manager helps him with this. Is that something that you can give a little bit more info on there, Gennady?
Certainly. So if you currently logged in, it's not going to kick you out. But if you accidentally logged out, you won't need to have a password. All you do is you put your email or a mobile number. And if it's a mobile number, you'll get SMS with 4-digit code that you would be able to put into the app to log in. If it's email, you'll get the 4-digit code via email, which you can put in and log in. So you won't need to have a password once we cut across. So the cutting across probably not going to happen for at least a month or so. So when the 3.0 will be launched, I think it's going to be still using the current login structure. But once we go passwordless, that's when you won't need the password and you will be able to log in simply by putting your email or a mobile number with the PIN code that will come to you.
Awesome. Another just couple of comments from David there. He's excited about streaks. He completed 25 days straight this month on receipt uploads to achieve ambassador, and then stopped as there was nothing to achieve. Well, David, don't stop. You've got to keep achieving it in order to maintain your ambassador level, David. You need to keep achieving those 25-day streaks. Otherwise, you'll lose your ambassador level, and none of us want that for you. So the intent is once you reach ambassador, you still need to fulfill those tasks each month in order to maintain and stay on that nice little throne that you've created for yourself on ambassador level. And then just a final, oh, sorry.
Yeah, if I just might add, while there are a lot of users who love to be on love new challenges and would like to have new challenges coming their way, and that's something we are working on. Ultimately, Shping app is your rewards platform that rewards you, and this should be the ultimate value that it delivers, and it should be almost seamless. Where it's the same way as you scan your card at the checkout and you know those rewards keep coming in. The Shping app, we're trying to deliver similar value to our app users, where it's your companion that helps you to claim what's yours for the value you bring into the industry by doing things like sharing your opinions, writing reviews, or simply sharing your receipts before you throw them in the bin, getting them into the app. But definitely we'll try to keep you motivated, and there are new things that coming into the app that will hopefully keep you excited and motivated to keep kicking new goals within the app.
Awesome. And then just a couple of recommendations on some exchanges that people would like to see us being listed on. So we'll take those internally and share those with the team. But a majority of those that have been mentioned are those that we've already reached out to and have been in contact with in the past. So watch this space. I think that wraps up all the questions for today.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining. And those of you who are not in Australia and not able to use the app, please follow us on our social channels, either on X, YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Would love you to connect with us and stay connected with everything that we post, everything that we announce. And other than that, we hope to see you all in May for our next AMA. Have a great weekend, everyone, and thanks for joining.
Thanks, everyone.